I want to talk about something else that happened last night, though, if we may switch gears here, because Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre regained a seat in the House of Commons. He lost in April to Liberal candidate in the Ottawa riding of Carleton. So he returned. Now he's representing the Alberta battleground of River Crowfoot riding. I hope I got that right. And so last night's results, what sense do you make of them when you look at the final results?
Well, there was no realistic expectation that he was going to lose. I think it was universally anticipated that this would be a Poilievre win, and the question was by how much. So that's the interesting thing to look at this morning as we parse the results. In April, in the general election, the Conservative candidate there got around 83% of the vote, and it looks like Poilievre last night got around 80%. So he's kind of in the ball. That's a huge win, in most ridings. But in the context of this riding, the Conservatives usually get around there. So Poilievre kind of hit the mark, it looks like. And if he had dipped well below that, I think there would maybe be a discussion of, is there a problem here with Poilievre? What happened? Why did he, they got 83 just a few months ago and he dipped well below that. That didn't actually happen. He got relatively in the ballpark. So I think that's probably something that they're comfortable with. And now, the bottom line is he's going to come back to the House of Commons and kind of try and shake off the air of defeat or the stench of defeat that followed him after not only losing the general election for the Conservatives, but then losing his own seat that he had represented for 20 years in Ottawa. So, it's I guess step one for him trying to turn over a new leaf and stage the next chapter of his political career, prosecuting the case against Carney, surviving this leadership review vote that is coming up at the next Conservative convention in January, and then trying to, keep his job and then actually win the next election if they can against the Liberals.
And just last, we've talked about this a lot, that long ballot, the unprecedented number of candidates on the ballot, 214. Did it end up, well, obviously, given the results, it didn't impact the result, but did it impact, how did it impact last night as the vote was coming in?
Not as much as maybe some people might have expected. Obviously there's the over 200 people on the ballot, but the results came in reasonably quickly. The polls closed at 8:30 Mountain, and within a few hours it was basically a done deal, and most of the votes were counted. So the big delay or something or disruption didn't really happen. It may have been because Elections Canada, instead of having this gigantic ballot with 200 names on it, they just got people to write in the name of the candidate they were voting for. So maybe that, made things more efficient, but they seemed to be able to work around this, which, it was controversial, and some people really disagree with the tactics of this initiative to kind of protest the electoral system. But it didn't seem to kind of upend or delay things significantly last night.
All right. Thank you very much for this morning, Alex. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
Alex Ballingall, Ottawa Bureau Chief for the Toronto Star.